Hello. Yeah, still continuing on with this series. So this will be part three. Yeah, we'll do a lot of pockets, or yeah, uh, so I can get through them a lot quicker, I guess. So let's begin with Brandon Sanderson. I have Words of Radiance, so book two in the Stormlight Archive, and book three, and that's called Old Oathbringer. Yeah, really liked book one. Can't wait to find out how this story will continue. And yeah, I also have book four, but then we have to wait for book five out of 10. Yeah, then by J. Robert King, Edge of Destiny, also a Guild Wars pocket book. I mentioned one other book in this because it's like the World of Warcraft book and the Magic the Gathering books, and I guess I can finish there. They're based on video games, so yep, they're part of that one. Some by David Gemmell again, the Hawk Eternal. Yep, need to discover him. I guess these two are also based upon a series or a video game that's called Eberron. And these are books 2 and book 3 in the Blade of the Flame trilogy. So the second book is called Forge of the Mindslayers, and the third book is Sea of Death. Can't wait to find out. Then by Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman, I have book 2 in the Dragonlance Chronicles, and this one's called Dragons of Winter Night. You didn't. So by David Gemmell, Ghost King, and it's a Stone of Power novel. So I guess one of his series. Then, like I mentioned earlier, the Magic the Gathering book. This one is one of the Shadowmoor cycle, and this one is written by Philip Evans and Susan J. Morris. So yeah. Yeah, some more by David Gemmell, The King Beyond the Gate. And in the Darkwing Chronicles, this is book 3, and I know I have book 1 somewhere in this pile, and that's called Beneath the Skin by Susanna Roots. Yeah, got them for free. Then another big one by Stephen Erickson from the Madison books. This one's called Reaper's Gale. So I can start and continue in that series. Dark Prince by David Gemmell again. And another one by him. Morningstar and Hero in the Shadows. Then the 11th book in the Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan, Knife of Dreams. Need to read it. And then we got here by Ellen F. Troop, and it's called The Dragon de la Sangre, if I'm pronouncing that one correctly. Really don't know what it's about, but you see, I guess, modern daytime buildings and a dragon here in the background, so maybe it's fun. You never know. And then I have the whole Night Angel trilogy by Brent Weeks. So The Way of Shadows, Shadow's Edge, and Beyond the Shadows. Yeah. I'm a little bit bothered. If you can see, the second book is a little bit higher than the first one and the third one. But I don't know much about it, and yeah, can't wait to discover him as an author. Then another one in the Forgotten Realms series. Um, this one is by Key Francis Strom, and it's called The Blade Singer in the Fighter series. And by Charles Stross, I have The Hidden Family, and this is also a new book in the Merchant Princess saga. So can't wait to find out. And then I have a Mistborn novel of Era 2, book by Brandon Sanderson, The Aloe of Law. So yeah, those are the ones I already have, and then some more by R.E. Salvatore. Yeah, in the Transition series, I have part 1 and part 2, and that's the Orc King and the Pirate King. Yep. Really need to look more in the camera, I guess. And another one by the Hunter's Blade Trilogy. This is book 3, and that's called The Two Swords. And Homeland, also by him in the Dark Elf Trilogy. And then also in the Malazan Empire, a novel not by Stephen Erickson, by Ian C. Esmond, Knight of Kings. So haven't read any of that one. Still need to discover Malazan. But I have multiple books also by him. And continue with Malazan, another one by Stephen Erickson, The Bone Hunters. And I showed you this one in Dutch in the first video, and now in the third one I have the English version by Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. So yeah. And then we go to Mary Lou with Legends. It's the first one in that series. It should have been in YA. I need to redo that one for now, I guess. And by Melinda Liu, Huntress. And this one is somehow what in the Ash series. Need to find that one out. Furthermore, the other two books in the Darkwing Chronicles. This is book 1, this is book 2. Then I have some of the Bridie Chronicles by Juliette Maurier. So this is book 1, this is book 3. I have book 2 somewhere. These are the English versions. I also have the Dutch versions for you to show. Oh. I found book 2 in that series. Then by Patricia Biggs, I have this one is on the Alpha and Omega novel, and that one's called Crywolf, and this one is a Mercy Thompson novel, and it's called Iron Kist. I really don't know what it's all about, but hey, they're also for free. And then, like I mentioned earlier, the Bridie Trilogy and then the Dutch versions. So I've shown you the English versions. No, these are the covers for the Dutch version. Yep. Done some more books in the Warcraft world, but this one are by Aaron Rosenberg, The Tides of Darkness. And I guess these two are part of a trilogy by Richard A. Knaak. This is book 2, this is book 3 in the series, or in the trilogy, The Demon Soul and the Sundering. And then by Gail Z. Mott. And, I have Darkhaven, and that's one in the Chronicles of the Necromancer series. This is book 3. And then some Jim Butcher. Let's start with this one. This is White Knight is a Dresden Fire novel. So yeah. And I don't know if it's book 3 and book 2 in the Codex Alera series. I read book 1, really liked it. I have the other 3 books because it's a 6-part series. I also have them. I can't wait to find out how the series will continue. And I dropped one, and that's another one of the Generic Chronicles by Terry Brooks. One moment. So, that's the one. Armageddon's Children. So yeah, that is the first batch up to the second one. So yeah, let's continue with batch 2 by Robin Hobb. This one was called, let me see, Homecoming. It's part of the realm of the Elderling. Yeah, it's a novella in that world. So yeah. Then by Juliette Maurier, I have Daughter of the Forest. So need to read some of her works. Dawn of a Dark Age by Jane Welch. This is the first book in the Book of Men series. So yeah, can't wait to find out. Then by Ted Williams, I have Caliban's Rolf. I guess the name was Caliban's Hour. My bad. Yeah, it's a novella. Still need to read some of Ted Williams' work. And then by Weiss and Hickman, yet again. Journey Through the End, Journey into the Void. I think I mentioned that one before. I guess this is the pocket version then. Yay! Also by Ted Williams. In this series, really don't know how the series is called in English. Let me just give you the title of the book. So, Stone with Farewell. And I guess this one will be the Green Tower. The Green Angel Tower, books 1 and 2. So yeah. In that series, then by Marcus Heights. I mentioned him before. This is one in the Dark Era books. This is the third book in that. I don't know what you call it. 6th that, I guess, because there are 6 books in the Dark Era and 3 books in the New Era. So, yay. Mentioning 2 books in the New Era, book 3 and book 2. In the first video, I showed you book 1. So I need to read some more. And then this one is more sci-fi than fantasy, I guess. But hey, it's on there because I marked all his books as more fantasy. Right. So, Collector number 2 and Judas' Daughter. And like mentioned before, I have Ritus and I have Children of Judas. So this is Judas' Daughter. By him. Alright. Did show you the Dutch version of this one, by Terry Brooks, the Children of Armageddon's Children. So a couple of double ones, I guess. By Marion Bradley. What is the title called? It's the whole trilogy, to be honest. Let me look it up. The Mist of Avalon, my bad. So yeah, it's Trilogy. What it was. I guess it is. Yay. And then by Megan Lindholm, or Robin Hobb, or whatever, how it's her real name instead of their pseudonym, I guess. And this one is called Clovenhooves. So yeah. Some more Robert Jordan, the last book in the Wheel of Time series. Also with co-writer Brandon Sanderson. So yay. When I get to it, I need to read some, let's say, 8 or 9 more books before I get to book 1. Another one by Brandon Sanderson. I guess this is also Mistborn Era 2, The Band of Mourning. Yeah, and I need to find Shadows of Self. That's the second book in this quartet. Because the fourth book is coming out later this year. Then by Mr. Tolkien himself, the Silmarillion. Yeah, the show, what's it called? I don't know. The Rings of Power, I guess, is coming later this year. So hey, let's read this before that one starts. Then by Marcus Heights, still the first book and the second book, yeah, in the Dark Era books he has written. Some more World of Warcraft books by Richard E. Knaak. So Storm Rage and Night of the Dragon. Oh, darn it. Almost dropped them yet again. Yeah, the second book in the big series by Terry Goodkind. Yep. Still showing you all the books by him. And then we go to Richard, oh, my bad, Bernard Hannon. And we had Heights, who has written about dwarves. We have Nichols, who has written about orcs. And now we have someone who's written or writing about elves. So the first one's called Elves. And then this is a new one in a new series. Yeah, this is about dragon elves. So dragons and elves. Yee. Yeah. Yeah, the second book in the Sorceress trilogy by Robin Hobb. Yeah, currently reading part 1, so this will be the next one. And then in the, what was it? I guess the Trade Ship trilogy, correct, by Robin Hobb. This is the third book and this is the first book in that series. So I only need to have the Mad Ship and or the Ship of Madness. One of those titles. And yeah, then I'm up to speed with that series. Then by Chris Wooding. First book in the trilogy, The Weavers of Saramir. So, yep, I have the other 2 books also up and coming in another video. Then 2 more books about the Devil series by Catherine Kerr. So, hee. And a book which is hated a lot upon online, The Fifth Sorceress by Robert Newcomb. Yeah, got one for free, so let's check it out if it's great or not. Probably not. By going in blind, maybe. If I like it, you're gonna hate me, but hey, yeah, we'll see and find out. Then by Cinda Williams Chama, of Hima, or whatever her name is. This is the fourth book in the. I really don't know the series name, but and let me see. Let me see. No, this one's the Crimson Crown. Yeah, it's part four in the series I showed the first two books already in. And then another one by Ted Williams, Bobby Dollar. And this is the first book in that series. So yeah, up to batch 3. So yeah, let's continue. Um, Furthermore, R.A. Salvatore, and this is Path of Darkness series. So it contains the Silent Blade, the Spine of the World, the Servant of the Shard, and Sea of Swords. And it's nicely wrapped up. And I have two more of them. This is the legend. Sorry about that. The Legacy of the Drow. I think I need to pronounce it. Also by R.A. Salvatore. So it contains a Legacy, the Starless Night, Siege of Darkness, and Passage of Dawn. And then the fourth, fifth, and sixth book in the Legends of Dread series. And this one contains the Crystal Shards, the Streams of Silver, and the Halfling's Gem. So a lot of them all in the Forgotten Realms series, but I don't think I need to mention. No. Then by L.A. Banks, something about the Vampire Huntress series. Yeah, I have the Bitten and the Forbidden, and I think I need to read Minion of this author first. But I guess it will be fun to see that one. Then another one by the Dutch author Adrian Stone. It's the Devil Trilogy. So this one contains the Son of the Devil, Prophet of the Devil, Son of the Devil, and Soul of the Devil. So this is the whole trilogy in one. Yeah, can't wait to find out. Then another book in the Dresden Files by Jim Butcher. We also have a Brando Sendo. This one is called, I really don't know the English title, I guess Flamethrower, if I'm Firefight. So, Firefight by Brandon Sanderson. And I know I have Steel Hearts. I don't know if I have Calamity. Yeah, but at least I have part 1 and part 2 in that series. Another one by Adrian Stone. This is the first book in his Magicker series, and it's called The Claw. So yeah, I think he has also written a second part, but I am not sure about that one. American Gods by Neil Gaiman. It's also on my TBR or my physical TBR, because all of the books I'm showing you are on my physical TBR. Let's see, I have some books by N.K. Jemisin. So this is the Broken Earth trilogy. This is book 2, the Obelisk Gate. And this is Broken Kingdom in the, what is it called? The Inheritance trilogy, also by N.K. Jemisin. And this is in the Blood Dream series or trilogy, and this is called The Shadowed Sun. So I only have parts 2 of her. Yeah. We'll find out if I can find the other ones in that series. Also by Stephen Donaldson. I've shown a lot of books by him before. This is the second one in his latest Chronicles series, and this is called The Ghost of Past, if I'm correct. Oh, no, I'm not. Very bad translation, my bad. It's called Fatal Revenant. Then by Mark Lawrence, I have Holy Sister and Red Sister. I have also Grey Sister. So yeah, some books by him. Then another one in the Madison Empire series by Ian C. Esselmund. This one's called Stone Wielder. So after I finish with the Madison books by Stephen Erickson, I can jump into those. Then Steel Hearts by Brandon Sanderson. Like I said, I have the first part in that trilogy. And I also have the Dutch translation of the Ally of Law, the first one in the second Mistborn era, or Mistborn era 2, or whatever you want to pronounce it. Yeah. So that one, I have book 1 in the Dream Blood series by N.K. Jemisin. A big one. And this is Rhythm of War, the 4th book in the Stormlight Archive, also by Brandon Sanderson. And then we have Elven Riders by Bernard Hannon. And this is the 3rd book in that trilogy, and this is called Fjordland. This is book 3 in the Farseer trilogy by Robin Hobb. And then we have the book which I should start if I'm continuing with the Wheel of Time series, and it's called Lords of Chaos. So yeah, book 5 ended on a cliffhanger, so I really want to know what will happen there. And the Tradership trilogy by Robin Hobb. This is the 2nd book, the Madship, I guess it's called. So yeah, that's it. So this will be the next page. Let's start with George R. R. Martin. I have written the first 2 books in Songs of Ice and Fire. And really need to start with A Storm of Swords, followed by A Feast of Crows and A Dancer with Dragons. So yeah, I think I will start reading those next month, I guess. At least before the series starts, and also so I have some time to read Fire and Blood. Yay! Then by L.E. Modestet Jr., The Towers of Sunset. Yep. These are heavier books. So I have by Rosalind Miles the Guinevere trilogy. So, book 1, Queen of the Summerland. Summer Country. The second one is... Oh, my bad. The second one is called The Night of the Sacred Lake. And the third one is called The Child of the Holy Grail. Pretty accurate translations. So this will be another, how do you call it? King Arthur retelling, or another perspective by Guinevere, I guess. Then I have this series, the Grimm something, The Grimm Company by Luke Scull. So this is book 1, book 2, and book 3 in that series. Yeah, you need to discover it. It's some grimdark, so yeah. Then by Chris Wooding, and the second and third book in the series of the Saramir. So book 2 and book 3. So I can discover Chris Wooding. Then the last wish by Andrzej Sapkowski. It's the first book with short stories about The Witcher. I already showed you the whole big one, but I like this cover more, and this was the first cover out here in the Netherlands. And then they discontinued this series and started with a whole new cover, and I really liked this cover, and I was really hoping that this one would be nice to see in my bookshelves, but I didn't got the chance, so too bad. Then by other, it's said by George R. R. Martin, but not correctly, the Wild Card series, because this is book 1 and I know there's also book 2. Yeah, really don't know what's it about, but let's find out. Then by Christopher Paolini from the Heritage Quartet. Yeah, book 3, and let's say this is book 3. Is this book 3? This is book 3, my bad. And this is book 4 in that quartet. Yeah, so Berzinger and Heritage. I read the first 2 books, and as a completionist, I need to read the whole series before I DNF or whatever. I don't DNF anything. Haven't done it with any books or series yet, so. And then by Karen Miller. I guess it's the Speaker of God trilogy by her. Empress. Oh man, it's all almost the same cover. So this one is Empress. Right. Please tell me I'm right. Please tell me I'm right. Please tell me I'm right. Please. No. Yeah. Empress of Mijak is the title in English. It's yeah, the first book in the Speaker of God trilogy, and this one will be the second book and the third book. I have multiple books by Karen Miller, so yeah. Let's find out if she's an offer for me. So, like I mentioned, this is another book of her. This one is called, let me see, A Blight of Mages. So, hey. And then a new book or series I can start, because this is the first one by W.J. Marison, and it's called I guess can hope for it that it's called The Great Legend. At least that's what the series is called, because there isn't any translation in it. So yeah, let's find out. Oh, it's a Dutch author, so that's why there's no translation. My bad. And then I have the Gorman Ghost trilogy by Mervyn Peake. So this is the first one, the second one, and the third one is the shortest one. And I've read there is a part 4 somewhere, but I don't know. It's yeah. I just need to read them because they're called a classic. Yeah, let's find out. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye.